This whole crew, they start naming themselves Team 51. I never asked you guys to call yourself that. That's just what people say. And I'm good with it. You know, Team 51, if you guys do not know what it means that I used to have, back in the day, like 4 years ago, I used to have 50 shares of GameStop, DRS'd, and then I would buy one share a day. That's basically what I did. This whole time that I've been increasing my float, my own personal stash of GameStop shares, I just have those 50 DRS shares plus one. And I add one as often as I can over the last 4.5 years. Been awesome. Right? I've been holding since February of 2021. We are now in June of 2025. Pretty amazing run so far. And we've learned so much along the way. And I've always shot it with you guys straight. It's going to be a real learning experience for some people right now. Because I'm going to go ahead and call out someone for being a fake, a.k.a. a wankster, right? Whatever he wants to say right here, 50 Cent. And I say this to you not respectfully. I say this to you because what you promote, what you choose to post, and what you choose to do with your platform will influence others. It's the biggest takeaway that I've learned over this internet. You know, having a platform and having millions of views and thousands of followers and all that doesn't matter. It doesn't. What is the message? That's what matters. And not the deliverer, but the delivery, but the delivered message itself. So, let me show you what I'm talking about. This is Tetron. You guys are aware of who Tetron is. Tetron Invest is a YouTuber who has 2,000 followers who posts about GameStop quite often when he can, about the earnings of the company, about his investments. He makes it very clear this is his way of investing. Please do not mimic and follow what he does. Tetron Invest. Now, Tetron and I, we've had a relationship on the internet for a long time. I've sent Tetron a Marantz Rantz shirt for him and his brother. We have had interviews on the show before. We've done everything. But Tetron, about 2 years ago, started ghosting the channel. Comes around maybe once a year, twice a year, only during earnings, doesn't check in during the day, and he does his own thing. So I said, he's distancing himself from the crowd that supports fundamentals, buys shares, doesn't do options, all of that stuff. When I tell you this stuff, I tell it to you for a reason, guys. But I want you to hear it from his own words, not mine. And then we're going to talk about it. Oh, by the way, I know you guys love this guy. You guys love this kid. A lot of you guys probably, Marantz, don't do this. No, do this. Listen. I don't pull punches. Listen.
So, those are kind of some of my thoughts going in. Again, appreciate you guys being here. Jesse, what up, what up? 51 gang. Hey, that's what they call us, right? But really,
51 gang. That's what they call us, right? Not you, Tetron. Not you. You ride this wave of being this guy who's even kill, who just, hey, I'm just trying to learn. I'm just trying to do it. You know what? I figured you out. Why post at all? Because you're not learning shit. Now, I've explained this investment to you 100 times. So many people support you and your platform, which it's neither here nor there. What's the reason for doing it? But think about what you're saying and what you're promoting when you say it. That's what I'm asking you to do today. Let's give this a good 4 minutes. Not even that, 3 minutes. Let's go.
I'm just ultimately most curious to see the numbers, like the actual numbers, and then also the breakdown. And then, of course, there's always the wild card that they made an acquisition of, let's say, a private company for $1 billion, because this company is stacked with cash right now. There's no doubt about that. So that could definitely move the market for positive reasons. But again, you just don't know with GameStop. So also, historically speaking, going into the earnings, if the option pricing, right, I don't know what it is right now, but usually like how it works is like the options, both the calls and the puts, price a move of like 12% each way, or 13%, 14%, whatever it is, right? Expecting a move a certain way. Historically speaking, if the expected move is like a 12% move up or down on the earnings, historically speaking, GameStop usually moves less than that, whether it's up or down. It would be only like 6 or 7%. Because then what happens? All the option buyers, IV crush, and all options decline in value that are in the near term, right? Because the IV crushes, because it moved less than expected. And that's also why I choose to sell options. But I'm not going to sell them too aggressively going into the earnings report.
All right. So you pause it here. You have your spreadsheet, which you're proud of, and you should be. You should be proud of it. But if you guys can see the spreadsheet here, he has plenty of Mara. He even has TEM, and then, of course, GameStop. And you'll see Mara, the trades on Mara, he's negative. Whether the premium he collects or not, he's negative overall, $316.81, and he has since sold that position fine. He chooses to talk about this throughout the video. All the premium he collects is going to be in this category listed as G. No, I'm sorry. This one right here, F. So F is the premium he collects going through all of your options that he's selling off. So he is selling puts, but these are not cash secured puts. Puts against your shares is one thing. To go ahead and exercise, which they did on him because he wrote a $25 put on February 18th. He wrote it for March 14th at $25 put. He collected $61. $61 what he collected in premium. Thought he wrote a good put. He's way out there. Guess what happened? It got assigned. He sold 100 shares at $2,500. Yeah. So, then you got to go up here where he starts exercising on this side. Calls. That's Mara. I'm going to go right here. GME. So he wrote a covered call on GME for a $25 stock price. He wrote it on the 1st of April. Right after earnings, the price came all the way down to $20. He goes, oh, I'm good to write it $5 out. I'm going to make $72. What happens? It gets assigned because, of course, the stock went all the way back up. It got assigned. He had to sell for his $2,500, sold 100 shares. He's out of that money. And why do I say he's out of that money? Yes, he made 100. He made $2,500. And yes, he made $72. And I hope that was worth it. Because 100 shares, just 2 weeks later, was worth $37 a piece, $3,700. So you missed out on 1,200 gains. You're a day trader right now. You're an options trader. Or maybe you're going to have to reposition and go get all that money back. So scared out of his mind because he lost the money on that week. Oh, yeah, he lost. Trust me, $2,500, you don't want to sell for $25. You don't want to sell at all. You're trying to collect premium. So he starts selling puts. And he's selling puts. And he's trying to make it back. And I get it. You're trying to make it back. But it gets even worse than that. Because as you see, he has sold numerous times, as he shows you, his GameStop shares. During the run-up of last year, sold twice. Then keeps playing this game of premium and not. I don't care if you're up $3,000, $4,000. You're eventually going to lose. You're going to lose, and all the risk that you put up against it makes 0 sense. Makes 0 sense. Because not only are you getting taxed on your new shares that you get, they're considered short. So you're going to buy back in? With the gains you get, they're still short. You don't have them for a year yet. They're not long yet. So everything you bought, you're losing. I don't think this guy really, you want to be Roaring Kitty? What are you doing? Hey, you know what you do? Just so that you're aware here, Noah? You go fuck around with penny stocks. You go do this shit with companies and price points well below whatever the hell GameStop. The volatility and the heart that you should have for it, saying that you're 51? Nah, bro. Nah, you don't believe in shit, kid. You're chasing dollars. You're not chasing wealth. You're chasing dollars.
But for me, I feel like option buyers have been consistently burn on GameStop, one way or another. Like there's always a lot of expected volatility one way or another. And don't get me wrong, there is volatility on GameStop sometimes. But more often than not, it seems like option buyers, whether it be puts or calls, it doesn't work out too well for them. So that's kind of what inspired me to take those out of trade. I've been reading about selling options for a while, and also given that I follow GameStop so closely, and I feel like it's the company that I'm invested in that I know the absolute most about, and that I'm following the closest, and I feel like I have almost every little detail coming down at this point. Right, not saying I'm like this expert investor, but
no, Mentats. See, you're part of the problem too, Mentats. And I let you just hang out. It's not about what you bought the shares for. It's what are they worth or what are they going to be worth? How do you recapture? Once you get assigned, you get that money, what are you doing? Are you buying back in? Because you just lost. I sold at 25. Doesn't matter what I bought them for. I sold at 25. That's it. That's the max I can get for them. The upside of it is not, that's not the issue. You're going to go buy back in at 35? The whole idea of this accumulating share thing, okay, is to have more shares than you started with. Dude, you guys are something different, man. You guys are something different. You guys are here to make a buck, right? You're here to make money. My bad, bros. Go spend it. Matter of fact, all the money you put into your pocket, what are you going to do? You're going to go on vacation? You're going to put down payment on a car? Any way you cut it, you're going to lose that money. There's only one safe space here. I just don't like the hypocritical stance, even by yourself there. And you've been a promoter of this channel and supporter of me for years, young man. Maybe you're not understanding what the shit is that's being said right now. Buy and hold is just exactly what you want to do. But for any investor that's not qualified to make this, oh, you think you're Roy and Kitty? Listen to what, here, I'll let you hear it again, okay? I'll let you hear it again because maybe you missed it. But I've been here longer than anyone cares to really agree with. Any YouTuber you're watching right now, he hasn't been here. I'm the longest one. I've seen him come and go. Let's listen to what he just said right now. And do a lot more listening than typing, Mentats. The keys are clicking.
Earn on GameStop, one way or another. Like there's always a lot of expected volatility one way or another. And don't get me wrong, there is volatility on GameStop sometimes. But more often than not, it seems like option buyers, whether it be puts or calls, it doesn't work out too well for them. So that's kind of what inspired me to take those out of trade. I've been reading about selling options for a while. And also, given that I follow GameStop so closely and I feel like it's the company that I'm invested in that I know the absolute most about, and I'm following the closest, and I feel like I have almost every little detail coming down at this point. Right? Not saying I'm like this expert investor, but saying that I felt the most comfortable selling options on GameStop because I'm the most familiar. And again, my strategy is to mostly sell puts. Only on occasion I've had to sell calls. This is, I was messing with Mara back here. That didn't work out too well. I had one quick good play with Tempest, but honestly, that was a little bit risky. So I was like, I don't know too much about that company. I don't want to keep selling options. That was when Pelosi had bought in. IV was really high, and I saw a little bit upside. So thankfully, that worked out well. Mara, not so much. So while I collected a lot of premium, overall, I sold for this net loss, and then this was my net loss on Mara altogether. I could have stuck around with it, right? I could have kept selling puts, kept selling calls, and probably got back to the green. But honestly, I was like, you know what? I'm done with Mara. I'm done with the Bitcoin miners. I'll just buy and hold Bitcoin, buy and hold GameStop, own a tiny bit of MicroStrategy. So for that reason, I just kind of moved on, and I was like, I'd rather just use all my capital in this particular account to sell puts on GameStop. And when needed on occasion, right, I've had to sell a call. But thankfully for me, for the most part, it's been uptrending. So there's been one.
So as you can see the spreadsheet, okay, you'll see where he sold shares, selling shares proceeds. He actually sold $4,000 worth of shares. When did he do that? On the run-up of July and August. That's what he did. Then you go through and you see everything. Calls right here. Got out to close, $28. He lost a little bit. But as you see him go through, he caught something here. He caught a $700 premium received. All right. But then he had to close it out because it started running the other way. But he had a net collection of $274. He lets these right here, he lets all of this, the net premium collected, he lets that get the best of him. Nickel and diming every contract, $30, $28. Like, do you know what you're risking? It's just unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Certain for somebody who says they understand the company, the transition, the direction, all of that. No, you don't. You don't understand it one bit. Can I prove to you guys? I'm going to prove it to you right now. Because his actions say something totally different than the words he says. Tetron, I'm talking to you, kid. You have to have integrity in this game. And I'm not talking about the investment game. I'm talking about YouTube, dude. I do YouTube every day. I come out here, I live in fucking front of you, man. I don't lie to you. I don't shy from it. I got issues going on, marital issues, children issues, job issues, investment issues, financial issues. I'm talking so that you can fucking learn from me. But instead, here's what you do. You go to GameStop. They announce their earnings. It gets dropped. It doesn't drop more than 8%. Didn't you just say that? And it went from $29 down to $20. It lost 30-something%. And what did you decide to do at $20? When it was down at 20, before Ryan Cohen even puts out the presser, it shows it right here. You did a covered call right here. Covered call on the 1st for 2 weeks out at $25 for $72, dude. And the stock went from 20 all the way to 37. And you got smoked. Do you want to know what you did? This is the very day that you're getting smoked. This is your video.
What an absolutely wild day in the market. Wild week. What a day for GameStop. A couple thoughts here. Just having a drink, getting ready to go out. Just got to step back and relax sometimes because the stock market's going to go up, it's going to go down, it's going to go left, it's going to go right. But I think it's truly remarkable that GameStop was up over 10% today and the S&P was down literally 5%. Just absurd what we saw over the past 2 days. You know, in terms of just investing in general, I think dollar cost averaging on a long-term basis is really the best way to go about things. And then in terms of GameStop, I think part of it was because Ryan Cohen just acquired additional shares. So the market was starting to kind of price that in. But also, you know, there's theories out there that the funds that are betting against GameStop are long the Mag 7, you know, long the S&P 500. So if those are going down, there goes their collateral, right? That's just a theory. Of course, I'm just here sharing my opinion. And for me, I just focus on what the company does fundamentally, you know, operationally. They're profitable at this point. We saw them raise $1.5 billion to buy Bitcoin. Did they buy Bitcoin yet? I'm not quite sure because I haven't seen a filing. I don't believe anything until I hear it from GameStop. So we'll have to just see what happens, but I'm just gonna sit back, relax, and then just give a couple thoughts on Bitcoin real quick. So I think it's really encouraging to see Bitcoin holding up really well as the market's getting crushed. I feel like in the past, a day like today or a couple days like we saw late this week would have previously meant Bitcoin was down 20-25%, as crazy as that sounds. Meanwhile, it really barely moved. It's actually held up better than the stock market. It's the first time we've seen it. I guess you can counter that and say, like, well, there hasn't been, like, tariffs don't impact the price of Bitcoin. But generally speaking, it's moved with the market. This is kind of the first time we've really seen it move away from the market, so to speak. So I think that's really interesting and really encouraging in terms of what Bitcoin's underlying value is. And just, I think generally speaking, individuals and institutions are starting to realize that the US dollar will continue to be created forever on an increasing basis. And when that happens, the money supply goes up, which means the value of Bitcoin will go up, right? Again, of course, there's going to be volatility. It's not that plain and simple, but just some quick thoughts on my mind right now. Thanks for watching. Have a good weekend. Cheers.
So he doesn't believe anything he says. I would be drinking too if I just got assigned and lost my shares at 25. Literally. It's embarrassing. To be a fake supporter of a company and a movement and talk about it this way because it's all lessons learned. Oh, it's just cat. I just got to learn my lesson somehow. I got to get wet. I got to figure it out. Tetron, I'm telling you, there's like movies about this shit where they make fun of people. They're like, bro, you don't want to marry the first woman you meet. You want to tag all the ugly ones, get it all out, figure it out, see how you do it. And then when you find the girl you like, you're going to be the best version of you. It's the same way in investing, kid. You don't got to go get it every which way. Certainly not with the best looking girl in the room. You lied to yourself. You lied to yourself because I'm going to tell you something else, dude. And I'm not a genius, but stocks don't go left. You just said they go left, they go right, they go up, they go down. They don't go left. People do. I choose not to watch. I choose not to listen. I've skipped every video. I'm like, nah, ever since you start talking about covered calls and how you're making money, nah. But for some reason, I clicked on it today, and it just rubbed me all wrong. People, oh, he's Team 51. I don't want to be associated with this shit. I've got one more minute to listen to your bullshit until I cut you off. But I pray you learn in the dark, kid. I pray you learn in the dark. Because that's where you are.
Only three instances where I've had to sell a call on GameStop, and ultimately I've sold it at the strike. The put was exercised, so I basically then turned around and waited until the price went back up to cover that. And you can't just do that with any company, but with GameStop, where I know they have strong underlying fundamentals and that it'll move in these certain cycles, that it's fine. If needed, I'll sell calls for the time being. But I'd much rather sell puts. And with selling puts, you collect on the underlying cash money market interest. While it's not dramatic, it definitely adds to my profits, right? So 2024, I was able to earn 177 in interest on the money market account underneath. Like just the underlying cash that I'm putting up as collateral for the put sales. And then 2025, I've earned 130 so far. So you might be like, well, how 2025 is not even half over? How are you almost at what last year was? And interest rates are slightly lower, or the money market rate is slightly lower. Pretty much it's because I've been adding to this account, and also this is my net gain since I started doing this. So that's helped me, continue to kind of get the snowball going. But again, I'm just a guy on the internet. I'm just sharing what's worked for me.
Yeah, that's what you're doing. Just what worked for you. Well, I'm going to tell you what doesn't work for me. Guys calling themselves Team 51. They're over here nickel and diming the market and not understanding the mechanics of the company itself. I will be live for the annual shareholders meeting, I hope. I'll be live the day of earnings. Doesn't mean I'm going to be here for earnings. I just have a lot going on in life. But I'm very excited for what's coming our way. For us that truly believe in GameStop, that don't chase Mara, that don't chase options on the other side, that just, go to work. I made $177 on premium. You know what? I made $170 too. I collected some cans. I turned in the plastic, got the recycling money back. That's how I did it. I go to work a little bit more. I find a way. And somebody was talking shit to me today on YouTube because they called me a janitor, which is cool. I might just be Goodwill Hunting, and I might be Will Hunting, but they said, Marantz, you would be buying more shit. You know what I bought? I bought more cards. I bought more Pokemon cards. I have a video uploading right now, guys. I hit an Umbreon and Prismatic Evolutions. Like, what do you guys want to do? I made the video for the kids so they could watch. I traveled to 3 different GameStops yesterday to buy stuff for kids, for giveaways. That's what I'm doing. While these guys are playing options and thinking that they're solving the mystery, there's not an options trader out there other than Roaring Kitty that's really won. And guess what? Roaring Kitty did it on one company, one stock that he figured out. Not you. Oh, it was that Corey kid. Corey and his crew called me a janitor. I went in there and I told Corey I loved his show. And he got pretty upset because he was talking about selling shit on Whatnot and how to make money. You're broke, Marantz. You're broke. Why do you even come in here with your broke self? I was like, I don't know, bro. I guess I'm broke. I'm doing my best, man. Learned my lesson the hard way. GameStop is the way. Thank you, Tony B. I appreciate it. Hey, check this out. Thank you for the super chat there, folkster. Thank you. Sergio's been a member with us for a whole year, bro. Yeah, that's awesome. Just keep doing your thing. Yeah, you could write 10 contracts a week and make $70 a piece on them. And that'd be awesome, huh? Just make, yeah, you know what, man? I made $700. But then you take those 1,000 shares after they get assigned. And the stock went up $10, and your $700, you just lost out on $10,000. I could preach it forever, but they never learn. They never learn. I've been a subscriber for 4 years, but an elitist for 1. Well, I appreciate that, man. You guys are elitist, or you guys are members. You guys are all the above. All right, so I do have Connect the Dots to go over today. And Connect the Dots was actually really good for what I found out. It was crazy. I didn't know it was going to lead me to Drexel Burnham Lambert again, but it did. And we'll go over that. Actually, I got to look at this clip. I don't know about this clip. Let's go look at this clip. So somebody posted a clip. I got to see it. And I don't know what they posted about. It was from yesterday. I don't know if they're talking crap or not. Let's see what they say. Hold on. The rest of your life. Hold on. Let's see it together because I have not seen it yet. This is a clip of me yesterday. And this guy writes, just watched yesterday's stream and had to clip it. Freaking hilarious. Whoever that dude is, hope he's all right and laughed his ass off with the rest of us too. Okay. Let's see what we got. I'm looking for a miracle today. Please tell me to heal my corneas and give me Alzheimer's instead of something. Put some respect on Draymond. So, Edward Cronker, you say you're going blind. That's what you say. You're going blind. Okay. Edward, I'm going to do you a favor, bro. You don't need any prayers, bro. You know what you need? You just need to stare right into the camera right now. And if this is the last image you get to see for the rest of your life, well, enjoy it. Hi, I'm Marantz. You can go blind now, bro. You're good. Don't worry about it. You saw the best that there ever was. Just remember, make sure you tell your kids, man, when I had eyes, I used to watch Marantz Rantz. Shit, he was the greatest. There you go. I'm looking for a miracle today. Please. Guys, honestly, I forgot I said that yesterday. I don't know, guys, I don't know what I say. Like, Marantz Rants, right? Like, I just rant, and I never know what I'm saying. I just go. I don't remember, I should say. I know what I'm saying. I just don't remember. Oh, that was funny to me. Yeah, there we go. Anyone that makes a respectable income and has integrity is my hero to me. Marantz, you will always be a hero to me. Yeah, Don, appreciate that, man. Appreciate it, you know? It's funny. It's funny. I have never been recognized more than I am right now for the GameStop info, which was really cool. It's not like a... Like, I remember when they're like, hey, man, are you Rico Knows? I'm like, am I Rico Knows? By the way, you know what came up on my feed? The 1 week anniversary. It's called 1 week anniversary. It's a video. Me and Rico talking. And Rico's in there just making fun of us being GameStop investors. And I'm saying some shit to him. And he's just, oh, man, he's something else. That was a 30-minute interview. I got to find the other Rico tapes. They're funny to me. But, anyway, somebody walks up and she's like, hey, me and my husband, we watch your show. And I was just like, what? She's like, yeah, it's so informative. I was like, oh, cool. Let's give out some facts then. Rico and his week anniversaries. Oh, bro, trust me. Hey, bro, don't be disrespecting your future sister-in-law. Mind you, my son, it's not his first date. He went out on a date last year, earlier in the year, in 2024. But his first date with his new girlfriend, he went on a date, asked me for money, gave him the money. He survived. I don't know how much he spent. He wouldn't tell me the details. They all went on a group date to Dave & Buster's. I said, I want to know. And then today, wake up, it's Saturday, and I'm over here doing Pokemon cards and shit, and people, my whole house hears me screaming. All right? They hear me screaming. Hold on. Oh, man. Where'd it go? I don't know where they went. Man. I don't know where the good cards went. I don't know where they went. I had some hits today, but I don't know where they're at. Anyway, you'll see the video when it gets uploaded. But I was in here screaming, bros. And then you want to know what's the funniest part about the whole video of me? Like, I'm chasing pennies, bro. Yeah. What does an 18-year subscriber get? Mama, you there? Hey, babe. How you doing? My wife goes, what was going on in there? Why are you screaming? I was like, oh man, no, I'm good, babe. So let me tell you the truth about this video I just did. It's going to be live right now. So I'm opening up 21 packs of Pokemon cards, right? And I hit. And I go crazy. The funniest part about it is that when the show's over, I go to the internet and I find out I really didn't hit. I thought the card was worth thousands. It was worth like $10. Maybe if I get it graded, it's worth like 100. But like, I really thought I hit. Like, oh, I got the best one. Because they tell me if you get Umbreon and Prismatic, that's it. No. I doubt he sold. I doubt he ever owned any. There you go. That's crazy, Tony, because savings account. Oh, what happened? What did they say? I didn't see what he says. GameStop, my personal savings account. Cool. Edward Binblind. Yeah, thank you. I sold 30 GME shares at 33. I bought back in at 29.5. I gained 7 more shares. Is this a negative thing to do? Die hard. Absolutely. That's a dumb thing to do. I don't know if you know about how taxes work, but keep it up. Keep it up, and I'll see you at the end. There's short-term capital gains, and there's long-term capital gains. You need to hold the position in the shares for a year to get towards the long. It's all good, bros. I can't help you. I don't give up financial advice. You, I like this. No, I'm not gonna let this go. Here we go. You overanalyze Tetron a little, obviously. Who are you? The dude supports GameStop. What's the problem? He don't support GameStop the way you do? Asshat. Yeah, man. That's what it was. Did you miss the part where he called himself Team 51? Maybe you missed the part. Maybe you don't understand what he's actually promoting. You don't get it, right? We all love God. Have you ever seen the priest driving a Rolls Royce and in private jets? I'm going to tell you guys, man, you don't have to follow me at all. You don't have to watch at all. These are my opinions. If you don't like them, no one's forcing you to be here. Hey, the General. That's what you call yourself? The General. A lot of guys claim they promote and they support. Doesn't mean they do it in the right way. I'm trying to teach people stuff. You guys are all trying to learn on the wrong thing. That's all I'm telling you. Play your bullshit somewhere else. Because do you know what happens to people that follow guys like that? Do you know what happens to the investors that follow guys like that? That listen to Matthew Kors, Trade Trades, Tetron, all of them. They lose. They lose. All you got to do is sit back and let the shit happen. Stop trying to make it happen. All of that money, go shop at GameStop. Don't tell me you're buying more shares. Tell me you're buying more product. Tell me you support the underlying asset of the things that you want to do. Who does more for GameStop? I'm just curious. You? I eat, sleep, and breathe it. I live it. Trust me. The general. It's okay, bro. Some of you guys will learn. I just stand right here, bro. You ever seen like those gangsters who just take their shirts off and they're just standing outside just to show you what the fuck it's all about? And you know what you go, hey man, that dude has a big ass tattoo that says MS-13. I think he's real. Yeah, it says Bloods and Crips. Damn. Holy shit. Hey man, don't mess with him. He might be about it. He might be about his hood, his street. He might be about it. Fucking punks. Hide that user from the channel. I know my accountant thanks you for what I've learned here. The crap we went through my first year was ridiculous and embarrassing. You're welcome, Tony. Late to the party, catching up at 1.5. There we go. That's it. We need to hit the pool. Oh, babe, yeah, we need to. Yes. Oh, God. The pool or the gym, or both. What did Tetron do? Not that I give a fuck. If Marantz don't fuck with him, then neither do I. I know that he seems only to pop up on the news runs. Yeah. He's just doing his bullshit I'm 51 gang. I'm 51 gang. And then he's out here promoting options like you wouldn't believe. Getting assigned. He's a fucking mess, this kid. And I don't have time for it. But I'll call it out every time I see it. What a mess. Can I call out something too, guys? Let's go to the website. First off, Nintendo Switch 2 killed everything. Everybody wishes they had more Nintendos so they could drive more people to the buildings. That's instant revenue. It's going great. I'm talking about everyone. Graded cards. Graded cards, PSA graded cards. People are still learning that GameStop has PSA graded cards. And they have the ones you want to buy. The Pikachus, the Bulbasaurs. You got to catch them all. Caleb Williams, rookie variation right there. Boom. Shout out to our boy in our chat who has the gold 1 of 1 Caleb. And a bid of 5,000 right now as we speak. There's a Bulbasaur card. PSA 9. I actually gave that one away. Squirtle. 5,959. Almost 6,000 cards online. What a phenomenal number. Hey, some Wall Street bros out there are going to try to tell you, man, inventory? You don't want to store inventory. You want to churn it. Bullshit. When it comes to cards, certainly Pokemon cards, you want every single one. You want to catch them all. Because the demand is massive. The issue is nobody knows they're at GameStop. Nobody knows. They don't know. Here's the Umbreon right here. Special art rare. It's the one you want. This Japanese version, though. I want the American one. Crazy. 5,900 plus. Phenomies. In the news, Procter & Gamble announced they're going to cut 7,000 jobs. 7,000 jobs. That sucks, doesn't it? Hey, jobs report. Did you get it wrong? Did you understand what's happening? I want you to know. But the real thing I want you to know is right here. Here it comes. Here comes. Put your helmets on. Five Below. I've been talking about this for a minute. I've been looking at this company, calling it a fake and a fraud, and nobody understands why I say it. One, it's actually dropped in market cap half, 50%. I've seen how they do mass hirings. I actually know the employees of the local Five Below because they're previous employees and friends, and I know them all. And I say, okay, so we're just doing mass hirings? Yeah. We're opening up new buildings? Yeah. So you're buying new leases, new buildings, and you're spending all that cash, all that money. What the hell are we doing? Now, Five Below doesn't have an executive on their board younger than the age of 45. Why does that matter? when you're looking at companies and then they say that their trend is for the junior or the kid, and that's what they're catering to, that's the demo that they're featuring, you better have kids. You better know juniors. When you're old timers, you're 70 plus, you're all of the above, you're like, oh, hell no. So then I go look at Five Below because it was announced right here, just so that we know. Their board chair transition is following. What's going to happen is the individual who actually founded the company, Tom, the company co-founder and executive chair, will transition to an advisory role. He's out of here. And they're going to put other people in charge. So Tom's riding off into the sunset. His company's worth X amount of dollars, and that's exactly what Five Below is. But at the same time that they announced that he's going to be stepping down, Christy Chipman announces she's out of here. The CFO. The CFO is leaving the company, and they're putting in some people in place of her to pick up her slack. Ken Bull being it. Ken Bull, the COO, previously was one of the financial guys for the company. He was actually the treasurer and CFO right here. But he stepped aside after 10 years to go ahead and bring in this one person, this one random person who came in, and she starts changing things up. And now she's gone. So now that they've changed up everything, I want you guys to know who's in charge at Five Below. Because Thomas Villos, who's formerly of the May Company, maybe you've heard of it, I'll leave it where it's at. We then have Winnie Park, the CEO of the company themselves. Where did she come from? Dollar Tree. Not to be confused with Dollar General. Dollar Tree. Levi Strauss. I know what all this is. I know when it's private equity. I know Urban Outfitters was private equity and Apollo. I know because I did the homework on it. When your guys have been in the CFO positions, treasurer positions since 1999, it makes you wonder. This one who's leaving, where did she come from? Christy Chipman, I'm going to come back to you. Eric, Charming Shops. They've been a part of Ascena Retail Group. We've talked about them before. My wife just sent me a message. Okay. Oh, I didn't see the message. Hold on, let me see. I'm not reading the chat. I'm so sorry. Let me see. Let me see, where does it say it at? Is Sergio here? Marantz, what was the reason you didn't collab with GameStop by you? Okay, cool. Yeah, so we got together, and the store managers had asked for me to be on site to help them out with their whole launch of the Nintendo Switch 2. And I agreed, and I said, okay, I'll show up, whatever it may be. Then when the district manager, who I actually know, reached out even to the regional side, they said, okay, here's all these rules that we have put into place. And it was going to jeopardize the way we actually do our presentation. So I said, well, wait a minute. How do you guys want me to proceed? And they asked they be in charge of the filming, all the giveaways, right? Everything we were going to do. And I said, well, hold on, guys. What else does the fine word say? We talked it out. And I said, you know what, guys, it'd be better for us and you, so that no one gets in trouble. We'll just go ahead and kindly decline and step out. That's exactly what happened. And they were like, oh, okay. I said, for future, partnerships, whatever it may be, we can talk it out. But you have to give me more notice than a week on how you want to control the info, the viewing of the platform itself. I'm just speaking in general with you guys. I'm not giving you specifics because out of respect to them and their leadership team. But I had said, no, I'll go ahead and I'll decline on that. There's just little things that they wanted to do that I just wasn't going to compromise what we do. So that's it. Wasn't a big deal. And I called them, talked it out with them, and that's where we left it. But they'll definitely get prior approval and give me more ample time to set up and figure it out, and we'll go from there. But it wasn't in a rush. I'm not going to rush something that doesn't need to happen. I was just there as added value if I were going to do it. And that's just the way it went down. So I hope that explains what happened. We were there. We were on the phone. I went in person twice. They asked me just because I was shopping. hey, Marantz, we know you do these meet and greet videos. We know you have the whole community come out. Can you go ahead and you want to do this? I was like, sure, I'll do it. Then they came up with the, hey, here's all the rules that GameStop has, and here's this. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute, guys. I don't want to get you in trouble. I don't want to get myself in trouble. I want to leave it right where it's at. That's all it was. It wasn't nothing crazy, like nefarious or anything. But it's cool. They're good people. I'm still shopping there, right? Like, it's not even like that. But I called them and said, no, thank you, after. Let's see what we have here. I'm still reading the chat. I'm sorry. Okay, so Ascena Group. I'm going to go on with this, and then I'll read the chat. So Ascena Group is here. We know that that's part of private equity. That's how they're doing it. So Dick's Sporting Goods, George Hill. What I tell you before, Dick's is winning, and that's just the way it goes. Okay, so then I looked at the person who's actually leaving. She's leaving. I said, why? She just got there. And now she's leaving. Guys, this is crazy. Is this how it's actually done? Because when you go and look at everything that's said about these people that are going to be in charge, I had to go pull up all the, all the board of directors, everything I'm looking at, and I was like, okay, who are they? How old are they? Where do they come from? What do they do? So I looked at her whole line again, and let's look at it again. And it says here that she was the CFO for Roots Hospitality Group from 2020 to 2023. So remember how I feel about things. That when you're in the role up until a certain date and then private equity buys you out. To give you an idea about Roots Hospitality Group, that's actually like Ruth Chris. And they were bought up by Darden Restaurants in 2023, right when she left. Darden Restaurants gets the inside track to a lot of things. And I was like, okay, is it just that they got bought, private equity walked in, kicked her out? Or did they go plant her somewhere? And I always pay attention to it, right? So Darden, if you guys don't know, they're the ones who did the whole deal with Red Lobster, and all of that was going sideways. So yes, Darden has been around for a long time, and you can click on it. This is who bought them out, right? So it was previously with General Mills. General Mills go ahead and launch it. This is Olive Garden. This is Red Lobster. This is they ended up doing Ruby Tuesdays, Yard House, Longhorn Steakhouse, all of it, right? So they've spun out a lot of this stuff, but that's what they do. Sun Capital Partners, Golden Gate was with them. BJ's CPK, they wanted to do all that, but they ended up just going with the Yard House. And Starboard Value came in. Starboard Value, if you guys don't know, they're the actual ones who are on the other side with the Yahoo deal and Apollo. So Golden Gate Capital comes in for $2.1 billion, and that's when everything starts going sideways, and private equity walks in and kicks their ass. Like they should, like they would. But the part that really was like showing to me like what's going down was the fact that she not only did she work for them, and I was like paying attention like all the list of all the companies they do. I'm going to close it out. She worked for a certain company, and I'll show it to you here. She worked for, look at it again. It says here, she worked for Orange Therapy Fitness. Okay. She's worked for Domino's, which I already know how that all worked out, and McDonald's. But Orange Therapy Fitness, that was the giveaway. So Orange Therapy Fitness is here, and they're a huge company. They're everywhere. They're actually bought now by the parent company called Anytime Fitness. But before, the year it received growth equity investment from private equity firm Roark Capital Group. So when Roark Capital Group is in your company, and they're giving you money, they're the parent company, the founders, they're everything. Roark actually runs this company. That's when you got to run. That's when you got to run. But not her. She got hired into it. She literally was the CFO until they sold over to Anytime Fitness. So you're like, okay, so she was in charge of this company. Roark's in charge of the company. That's the private equity firm. And like I tell you, they plant you somewhere. So who the hell is Roark? That's what you got to ask yourself. And Roark, as you look at them right here, the firm, which is based in Atlanta, Georgia, was founded in 2001 by the current managing partner, Neil K. Aronson. Prior to funding Roark Capital Group in 2001, Aronson was a co-founder of U.S. Financial System in 1995. Pay attention. Neil Aronson, right here, is an American billionaire businessman and the founder and managing partner of Roark Capital. This young lady works for Roark Capital. Are you listening? Five Below, CFO, work for Roark Capital. Pay attention. She's gone around from private equity club to private equity club. Aronson earned a bachelor's degree from Lehigh University. He started his career, corporate finance department, Drexel, Burnham, Lambert. He was together with his uncle, Mike Levin. Mike Levin, right here, who actually, him and Neil Aronson, uncle and nephew, started U.S. franchise systems. You guys don't know about U.S. franchise systems? I'll explain it to you in a minute. Anytime Fitness, did I miss something on them? Because I had them open. Let me see. Don't worry, these guys are private equity, the ones I'm talking about right now. This lady works for Drexel Burnham Lambert alum, which is U.S. Financial Systems, which, by the way, Mike Levin, right here, decided to retire from the company's board of directors. What company? Las Vegas Sands Corp. Do you guys know Las Vegas Sands Corp? Maybe you do know. Las Vegas, the Sands Corporation, built and bought out the Sands Casino, the Venetian, and who bought out all that? Who did the deal with the Venetian? You guys got to know this stuff. Michael Levin, here's the guy who was the director here, Sands Casino. He's been a part of Sands, been a part of everything. When you look at how this all played out, you go through and you look at these guys right here at the Sands Casino. Patrick Dumont. Patrick Dumont married the original owner, Miriam Adelson's daughter. Miriam Adelson, if you don't know who she is, you should know. She is the current owner of the Dallas Mavericks. They're the ones who bought the Dallas Mavericks. Okay? Her and her husband, Sheldon Anderson, when he died in 2021, she got the whole team. Her son-in-law is in charge of everything. He's the one who traded Luka Doncic. Her son-in-law is the one who's in charge of the whole kingdom, the billions and billions of dollars that this company's worth. Don't let me cover up my tattoo right now, okay? Listen, people. So when you see Patrick Dumont running your company, ask yourself, he's in charge of Sands, and which the Sands Corporation did a deal with Apollo Global Management. This man used to be in investment banking, and he worked at Miller Buckfire. Working at Miller Buckfire, okay? Sorry, I forgot that I was on TikTok and it closed out. And we'll go again. So sorry. Sorry, TikTok. Not that I even care whoever watches over there, because no one's ever around. You know, like 18,000 followers, and I don't even know who watches. So, he used to be a part of Miller Buckfire. I read about it. Corporate restructurings, mergers and acquisitions, sounds like everything you want to know. You ready for it? You should be. Since its founding in 2002, Miller Buckfire served as the restructuring advisors on several major bankruptcies, including Caesars, Kmart. Is that enough? Because they're all here. But Caesars Entertainment Corporation, if you don't understand what happened there, you need to go read the book called Caesar's Palace Coup. Why am I telling you this? I can draw the lines all the way back to Drexel Burnham Lambert, back to the NBA, back to private equity, back to current retail companies. You see it plain as day. That's what's happening with America in the retail side. Can I tell you something else? Go look at the biggest retail company in the world, Amazon. Amazon has zero retail specialists on their board of directors. Amazon is the government. Remember, there's winners and losers out here. I'm going to go down here to the board of directors of Amazon just so you can get a good touch on who they are. Ask yourself why Amazon's so successful. It has nothing to do with execution. It has nothing to do with actual omni-channel and marketing and sales, what you need in retail. Nope. That's what Ryan Cohen is. That's what Larry Chang is. No, these guys, first, Jeff Bezos, been around forever. Started the company. He's doing great, right? Leading the world. Put Katy Perry on the moon. He's 61 years old. He's doing amazing. His buddy, Andrew Jassy, over here, who was his right-hand man when he started. Andrew Jassy started at Amazon at 29 years old. He's now 57 years old, and he is the CEO. So after you get past the Amazon guys, who's actually at this company? General Alexander. General Alexander, guys, 4-star general, retired military, used to be the head and commander of I believe, the NSA. Yep, director of the NSA and chief of the Central Security Service. Don't worry. That's what we're doing. The director of the NSA is on your board of directors. This makes a lot of sense. To have a 73-year-old director of the NSA, general, on your retail company's board of directors. Oh, no, it gets better. Edith Cooper, come through. Where does she come from? For some reason, everybody comes from Pepsi. I don't get it. Pepsi. Jamie Gorlick. Jamie Gorlick here. United States Urban Institute. Yada, yada, yada. I mean, we've got professors. Deputy Attorney General of the United States, U.S. government. She's been at the top of it all. General Counsel of the Department of Defense, Assistant and Secretary of Energy, and member of the Bipartisan National Commission on Terrorist Threats upon the United States. This sounds like the government, but yet the lead director at Amazon at 74 years old. The next one is an MIT college, computing. This is all about AI. Well, this guy's it. He's a director at MIT. This is where we go. That doesn't sound like retail. Andrew NG. Andrew over here, AI Fund. The CEO and chairman. He was the acting CEO and chairman of the Landing AI. He's an AI kind of guy, this guy. This guy knows everything. Deep learning AI, you name it. He used to work for Baidu. Google, founding lead at Google Inc. and Google Brain. Probably he's done everything. He's 48 years old, the youngest guy on the board of directors. AI hires. This one's the former chair and CEO of Pepsi. I'm trying to figure out Pepsi. Why the hell this works out every time. Next dude, he looks like a scumbag. Former CEO of Bridgewater Associates. Finance. Maybe you understand. That's where the money's at. Trying to figure it all out. Don't worry, he's on the board of directors at Robinhood, which, by the way, the rumor out there, Robinhood's getting the S&P 500. Robinhood meets all the criteria to get into the S&P. So does Duolingo. So all these companies are getting into the S&P, or they're going to try to. Ares Capital. And the last one that I saw was something called AppLovin or Livin or something. They're all trying to get into the S&P 500. It will reset this month and name new members. Robinhood. Ooh, so excited. Hey, the president of Marshall University. I should get that on the board of directors. Ryan Cohen, you should get the president of a random college. That's who should be on the board of directors. Nope, this guy's used to work for Intuit, whatever the hell that thing's called, that company. But don't worry, he's on the board of directors of Humana, board of directors of JP Morgan. Yeah, we know. This is your liaison to the banking and, of course, the Bill Clinton side of the world. That's what you got Patricia for, right? Patricia here, trustee of the Rockefeller Foundation. She's also been ahead of the Latin America chair. I don't even know. This is all great for finance, guys. This is all great for retail. All of these board of directors. Chairwoman of the Gates Learning Foundation. Shocker. Philanthropy, all of it all. They do it all. It's amazing. Next guy, Weeks. What's up, Wendell Weeks? Director of Merrick and Company. Corning Museum of Glass. This guy deserves to be everywhere. The White House Advisory Committee and Trade Policy Negotiations. The White House. This is who should be on your board of directors. You're running a multi-trillion-dollar company. Oh, did I miss it? Oh. Hey, Five Below, you're doing great. I see all the private equity plays. I wonder who's coming in next as the CFO. I wonder who's coming in next, because I just saw Drexel Burnham Lambert walk through the door. I wonder who's coming in. Who's selling off? We're merging. That's what we're doing. We're merging. Now I can read the chat. Just wanted you guys to see what companies look like. Other companies, not our own. GameStop looking amazing, guys. Right now on the charts, GameStop's halted $29.58. I feel great. Don't worry. Oh, we're going to be here for a long time. Never go left. Oh, God, tell me about it. Stocks go left and right. You do, kid. You do. All right, let's see what we got here, guys. 18-year subscriber, mama. Guess what you get? You get to buy me lunch, baby. I'm hungry, mom. I'll eat more. I'll eat more leftovers. I'm going to make sure my man sees that. You effing. Oh, yeah, no, I got it. Late to the party. Thank you, pal. Appreciate you. Miss Hedge Funds here. Yep. Thank you, Jay Kerwin. He says, hey, buddy, I'm sorry I'm late, but I'm here now. Jay, I appreciate you, man. I support GameStop's leadership team. I'm good at acquiring and sitting on my GME shares. I believe. There you go, Don C. I believe, too. I believe Tuesday GameStop's going to announce 100. I'm just going for it. $140 million worth of profit. That would rock the world. That would rock the world. Oh, no, they'll find a way to minimize that. It's just a one time. It's just because of a Bitcoin buy. It's just because of interest. Like they give zero credit to GameStop. Zero credit to what they do. They're over here announcing record sales of Nintendo Switch. Nintendo is announcing that they did a launch and they sold 3 million units in the first 2 days, the greatest launch in the history of all consoles. And I find myself wanting to buy one. I do. Man, I want to get one just so that I could have like a little game I could play around, lay in bed, just play a little bit. You know, it's on me. It's on me. I could just play it, find a game I like, and I could just do that whenever I feel like it. Like, I'm a grown man. I think I could do it. I think I'd want to do it. I never really wanted to because the controller just didn't feel right in my hands. But there you could buy other things. You could buy another controller. You can do things. I don't know. But still, Nintendo's announcing they did record sales. And that doesn't correlate to GameStop going up? Hold on. So, Amazon, Apple, not Apple, but Amazon, Microsoft, Meta, Google, they can all announce they're buying massive amounts of chips and AI chips and data centers, and NVIDIA goes up in value the minute they announce what they're doing. NVIDIA goes up in value. Not that NVIDIA even cares, right? It just goes up in value. But so Nintendo is saying, we've got them all out. Everybody's buying them. We're going to sell more and more and more. We're going to do our thing. More games coming out, more controllers, more accessories. Why wouldn't GameStop go up? That's what they sell. That's crazy. I figured the Deegans got their hooks in him a while ago, but I didn't know he was pushing that shit. Yeah, they got him, bro. You know these guys. They used to hang out in this chat. We showed him the door. We go, excuse me. Pardon me. Go ahead. You can go. Heading towards a gig. Gonna suck it. Gonna suck. Gonna be in the sun. Ruben, string it out, babe. Play it out. Who cares, bro? Get there. Treat it like you're going to the gym, bro. That sun's out there. Just embrace the sweat. Embrace the suck. Do that. You'll love it, man. I do it all the time. Hey, full disclosure. Hey, guys, I'm going to get a little vulgar. Well, my package just starts, sweating. And I'm over here just sweating. I just say, what the hell with it, bro? I'm sweating. Let's just go. Let's just get dirtier. Matter of fact, I grab a handful of dirt and I just rub it on my pants. And I walk in, I look at my wife and go, I've been working hard out here, babe. I do that shit, bro. Hey, get my hands all dirty, wipe them on my shirt like this, walk around and be like, hey, this is what a real man looks like. This is why I work hard. Yeah. I'm out there like this. I haven't done shit at all. I haven't moved a damn thing. I get dirty first, bros. I get dirty first. That's just the way I do it. It's kind of like swimming. Like, yeah, you know what? I ain't even tired yet. Wet me first, bro. 6,000 cards in one room of inventory. You know it. Now, they got them everywhere. They don't have them in a room. They're everywhere. They're just laying around. It's perfect. Marantz, what was the reason? We did that already. Storing that inventory must take up a lot of space. Trove, it doesn't. That's awesome, dude. It's awesome. If you can't buy and hold on GME long term, don't buy at all. You're not helping anyone. Thank you, Flame. Let them know. How much they're going to pay him to advertise on his way out the door? Who knows? I saw the Hosco went out there and offered, or he wants to work with Greg. Greg says, I'll do it for $4,000 plus a glove. Yo, keep your $4,000, bro. Don't pay him. You're going to make all your money in the long run. It's coming. Short-term options impact underlying price more than just shares and leaves. Fuck my life, bro. Fuck my life, dude. Get these fucking guys out of this channel, dude. Oh my God. You think people want to sell? Short term? Period. You think that if the price were to hit 40, people would sell. People are dying for it to go up. You are. You're playing options. Me, I don't care where it goes. Hey guys, I make this very clear to you. This price could stay at 29 for the next 5 years. I don't care. This is the difference. The mindset of the boomer investor versus the real investor. The real investor has 40 years of sunshine. I hope you can outlast me. I hope you can outlive me, but you sure as hell can't outwork me. I'm proof in the pudding, babe. I show up every day. Get your shit out of here. Oh, it's going to go up today. Go ahead. Go trade your shit. Get out of here. It's gross. I didn't say it negatively impacts the price. No, it negatively impacts your value. That's what it does. You don't understand the mentality it takes. You don't get it at all. You're an investor or you're a trader. Pick one. You can't be both. You can't. You'll understand. Or you know what? I stand corrected. Maybe you could be Roaring Kitty. Should I be watching you? Mopar? These guys all thinking they can do it. Ascena Retail Group was a customer at the 3PL. They merged and got bought out by Knitwell Group. Thank you, Stephen. George S. Hill, the sporting goods and apparel retail chain, filed for Chapter 11 after defaulting on a loan agreed to the PNC Bank. See, you guys are wealth of knowledge, bro. Yeah, thank you for loaning your husband. Tell me about it, bro. You think she's loaning me? You know what my wife says? How long are you going to be? When are you going to be done? Hurry up. No, she doesn't say that. Not at all. Orange Therapy Fitness franchises who sold their honors holdings. What are you? Are you the echo chamber that I needed right now? Bye-bye, Ruby Tuesday. Man, goodbye, Ruby Tuesday. Yeah. 58th richest in the world. Put Katy Perry on the moon. Almost made me spit out my coffee. Oh, you're drinking coffee? Coffee's for closers. Oh, shit, the general. He was just in here. Oh, my bad. He was, huh? General Alexander. Just stop by to hit the like button. We'll play it back later. Have a fantastic weekend, people. Thank you, Amber. Bro, 5 more years accumulating at these levels. Mwah. I'm a boomer and I'm all in. I'd be so effing happy. I think we all were. Nuclear Marantz, truly legendary. There you go. Yeah, Jay, whenever I'm upset, bro. Whenever I get this way. And I do get this way sometimes. Let me see. If I got anything else for you guys. Oh, I do. I have pop culture. You guys want pop culture? You guys want the real shit? Oh, man. Oh, we still got to talk about the charts before I do that. Let's do charts first. All right. So I'm not looking at any other company. Don't care. I don't care where the SPY is. I don't care about any of that stuff. I know that we got back to 6K on the SPY. And so, or we're approaching 6K. Or we did get 6K. Wait, did we get 6,000? I guess I do care. Let me go ahead and look at it real quick. Mag 7. I'm here. What are you talking about? So where's my SPX? I thought I had SPX on here. Oh, I have it on GameStop. Yeah, right there. So 6,000 points. So we did get there. Okay. So you're at 6,000 points. Cool. 61.47 has been the high, all-time high of the whole damn world in the history of the world. History of time. So are we at the top right now and come back down on Monday? A headline coming out. What's coming our way? Bitcoin's pumping at 105, 106. I'm just going to tell you guys. We haven't been to 6,000 since November. We came down come February. And that's the timeline. I'm showing you the quarterly. Here's the weekly. So right here, that was February right there. We first broke 6,000 was November. This time frame right here, 6,012 was the high. So we broke it right after the election time, the cycle, and then dump up. I'm tracking a dump here. I put this here, and I'm tracking a dump. And I think it'll fall back down. I think it'll come down here to the second purple line. It's just me. That's just how I draw my lines. My lines are a little different than yours, which is cool. But that's what I see on the market itself. All right, let's go to GameStop. Mag 7, GameStop. So, ended green on Friday, which is cool for everybody. We know what it was. Appreciate hard work you're doing for us, Chief. Oh, you're welcome, Flame. Appreciate the $5, bro. M Meow, thank you. Let's go. Damn. Are you an investor or a trader? Exactly. You spelled it correctly. You understood what I was saying. So, yeah. Never hold back. Truth Slayer. No, I never do. I try not to. Can't lie. I wasn't a Marantz fan 2 years ago. And until I realized he's the only real deal, buying and holding 4 years, 2,890 shares. Thank you, Marantz, for the truth. E. Andrade, you're welcome. And thank you, man. And if you weren't a fan of mine 2 years ago, what were you, a Bed Bath & Beyond type of guy? What the hell's wrong with you? I've never met somebody who didn't turn into a fan after they watched the show and stuck with it and figured it out. Chronicles of the GameStop Holdings Corporation Saga and Legendary Slayer, Hammer of Truth, Marantz Rantz. That's a lot for one word. This is why I don't listen to some people when they tell me to do options. I'm cool. I don't need it. Exactly, bro. Exactly. Hey, you should take some roids. You'll get big and strong. Yeah, I should. It happens fast, bro. But there are side effects. You know, low sperm count, shrinkage, and crazy side effects. You go crazy. Okay. I think it's worth the risk. Yeah, I think it's worth the risk. Let me try it out. I saw everybody else do it. So I saw what happened to Arnold. He did them, and he was okay. Matter of fact, he became governor. So that's what I'm going to try to do. Hey, bro, you're not genetically built for it. Just letting you know. Do you understand the correlation? Or are you missing it? Okay, maybe you guys are missing it. Who knows? If you deal in options, you're better off lighting your money on fire. Yep. I was heavy in AMC, so I didn't like what you were saying. The truth hurts, bro. Oh, bro, E. Andrade, yeah, man. Heavy in the, oh, God, it's a terrible company to like. So you guys can see here, this is going to be the weekly. We're going to go to, we'll start out the quarterly. So on the quarterly report, this looks nothing like any other stock you've ever seen. This is GameStop. Shot up all the way to 120 a share, the equivalent of 483 at one point. It was all the way up to 500 plus in the pre-market the next day. And then they took away the buy button, shrank it all the way down, kicked our ass for 3 years. Really did, guys. Kicked our ass for 3 years. Don't worry. I was live streaming the whole time, talking that shit, learning myself about the investment, about how GameStop was going to go about their battle against retail and battle against private equity. Once I figured that part out, cracked the code on private equity, cracked the code on what they do to retail investors and how they manipulate investments and companies, and manufacture those outcomes. When I figured that part out, and I was able to explain it and describe it, I made a series on YouTube called Connect the Dots. You guys can watch it. It's 91 parts. It's everywhere. I'm still working on it day to day, every day, you know? We're talking about GameStop. Wait, let me get my space helmet and get some country tunes. There you go. So that's what happened with GameStop. So if you guys have ever watched Connect the Dots, you're probably one of the better investors in your whole family, your lifetime, your whole area, your city, and you don't need financial advisors. I'll tell you what I do. Whenever I see a financial advisor, I literally just look at them, and I'm looking at them like dumbfounded. Oh, I'm in finance, and I do investing, and I'm in money market accounts, and I'm in fixed accounts, fixed cash accounts, and this is what I do. There's plenty of mutual funds. There's some ETFs. There's you just want to buy the SPY, collect the dividends, and I'm just like, what? Huh? And then they go, what do you buy? I buy GameStop. Thank you for the 5 free memberships there, Stacks. Helping and supporting the channel, man, the way you do. Stacks, one of the few, one of the proud, one of the Samurai 7. Sorry I'm late. Cheers, Marantz, and to all the 51 crew. Damn right. Thank you, Darth. Look at Derek. Derek killing it. All right, so check this out. So GameStop, over this time frame, has really taught us a lot. By the way, the stock goes up, down, and or right. Up and to the right. Never left. Anyway, so GameStop has this support level that we drew a long time ago from way down here, stretched across that $10 mark, and I would fat finger it. But right here across the side, boom. So we're still walking this fine line. We are. Get here, whatever. After we hit support again, maybe we bounce off of it and we take off. That's what we're looking at. And what tells us that is going to be down here at this bottom. This is the MACD. The MACD has a signal and it's crossing over. Histogram is just going to be these graphs themselves, letting you know it's getting smaller and smaller on the tick itself. So to go from 2.18 all the way down to 0.4, you're ready to cross over. If you can see here, it was 0.19. So it went 0.34, 0.38, 0.38, 0.4. So you're 0.4. 1 year later, a year and 5 quarters later, you took off green. That's what happened on the quarterly from being where you currently are right now. Now, if we have that same type of action, it would take you another year before we take off like this, these big green candles here, and you would be having some movement out of this world for GameStop. Can it happen? Yes. Will it happen? Yes. And am I afraid to say that? No. People say, oh, there's no thing certain, a lot of uncertainty here. No. Just keep doing what you do, and this stock's going to do what it does. I would tell you right now, 26th of March, you're going to be in a different world. In a whole different world. Your life's going to change. People are going to be calling you, looking for you, saying, aren't you the guy who told me to buy GameStop? How much do you have? What did you do? What are you doing with that money? They're going to be asking for loans, guys. I'm telling you. Thank you, Kid Caribou, for the $10 super chat supporting the channel the way you do, man. Appreciate it. So, absolutely, we're going up. We're going up and to the right, and I'm very excited for it. So, this stock is going to take off. The company's still doing great things. It's still producing everything. The quarterly tells us that. Next, we're going to look at the monthly. As we look at the monthly, you have these little candles, top and bottom. There's no variance. We're only 1 week into the monthly, so it opened up at 29.68. It closed at 29.52. The high was 30 yesterday. So there's just a lot to look at on these time frames. This weekly number here is about to cross over. This is the one that I'm very happy about. The weekly moving averages, the 200-day moving average versus the 50-day moving average is about to cross over. What does that mean? When it crosses over, that means if GameStop can hold above 25.91, 25.60 something, if it can hold up past 25.91, you will cross. You'll cross either this week or next week, and then we will have an uptrend from there. So the fact that it actually correlates with earnings kind of tells you that these announcements could come, it could trigger, and it could really get to moving. But it can't move too high. Sorry to break it to you guys. The reason why it can't move too high is there's a hedge to it. There's an arbitrage to the senior notes themselves. But you have this top side holding you down from years ago. So this is the roof, okay? How do you break past the roof? You don't yet, my opinion. My opinion is that it can go all the way up after earnings to around $50 a share. It really could. Should. Get there, you'll have what they call a cup and handle. So we go to drawing mode here. You will have a cup like this. You will then go ahead and reach up. Once you touch that top, test the resistance, you're going to go ahead and come back down and go sideways a little bit more, little longer. Then by 2026 of March, around like right here, you're going to see a breakout all the way. Something crazy. So this is what I anticipate happening within the next year. And you'll see it. This right here, this initial run was probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I've always said about 5. So when you break out, you're going to look for the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, right around in here. So $200 to $300 a share is what you're looking at for GameStop coming your way. And it will. It'll happen this way. But a lot of people think they can catch it, or a lot of people think they know what's happening here. This is actually playing out like a 6-year, 7-year pennant, this bullish pennant. Because what happens, the reason why it gets so tightened up to the right here, you say, well, Marantz, if it goes up to 50, it can come back down to 20 again. It can't come down to 20. It can't come down to 21. And the reason is because people have the other side of the trade. They literally have those senior notes. And those senior notes are converted at $41 right now. They're literally out of bounds. And the premium is 0%. So if they want to give us free money, that's one thing. But look at this trend line here of support. You go from here. There's your support. And look at how I drew the line. I was just guessing. I wasn't even trying to be perfect. But you're literally going to go up, test, come back sideways, and you're here. Now, the other part that gives this away, with the trend lines that I'm showing you, now that we know the big 6-year bullish pennant, right? We're going to get rid of that. We'll get rid of this trend line, the cup and handle, and we'll talk about short term on the 1 year. So this is a separate bullish pennant within a pennant. This is going to be a Dorito within a Dorito. So this acts the same way. You have top side where people bought in way at the top. You have your level of resistance up here. We went and bounced up off the top. But when we bounce up off that top, you still have the bottom here at $9.95, and you're coming through. So you tested at 20 with Ryan Cohen's buy last quarter. He and the whole crew bought in, 500,000 shares plus. Bought in, went up, pushed it all the way to the top, tested. So we come through on this side. We go sideways. So this is going to be our time this week to break out. You break out, and now this top line becomes your support, and we can play in this world. But this support here, this one that never fades, this support, which actually goes down here, is the original from way back here. It never came off. You still stood on line, so you're still going and ticking up this way. So that's what's going to be happening with your company. It's going to get a little tight. Once you break out of this Dorito, you're then back to the original, because I'm telling you now, the OBV tells you people have been buying these shares for the last 4.5 years to the plus. And the plus is going to be 40x your float. That's what's been happening. So until we have massive volume on this stock, which we haven't had other than back here on this date, and back here on this date, we went up 1, 2, 3, 4 squares. Okay. To give an example, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, a little less. So it still was pushed down. Remember, a bullish pennant, right, has a flagpole. The flagpoles are the same size when it breaks out. So you have a flagpole, comes down, it'll have a matching flagpole up out of it, the same size. You don't have that here. If we're going here with the matching flagpole, that means the breakout would be 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're going to go here breaking out 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to go test the top side right here. So I'm looking at the 120, like I said, previous high, and here. So you're going to go hit the previous high, go sideways again, and come back out. You're going to have a whole new world coming, guys. There's too many ways for it to happen, for it not to happen. I'll put it that way. You're not going to go this trend action here. You can't go this on this. If you notice, I want to show you guys this really quick. If you see the trend channel from here to here, look at where it's actually headed, up. That's a slope headed in the up direction, okay? There's an incline. The grade's not crazy, but the incline is there. If we do the trending channel from here to here, where was your grade? Your grade was going down. We're now going back up. So as we go up, it's a whole different world. This is real bull pushing. What did we do? We insulated. We literally offered more shares. Yes, that dilutes floats to some companies where they're using that cash to pay off bills or lenders or creditors, but that's not what GameStop's doing. GameStop's raising cash and pushing it back into their coffers. So they actually increase in value when they offer shares. They offered the shares. What happened? We started curving up. When we start curving up on the 50, right here, boom, that yellow line starts curving down. That means everyone in the short term is getting in at these prices, and we're gonna go ahead and blow past it. It's gonna be a golden cross. It's formed. You're at the tip of it now. You should see that push, like I'm telling you, all the way up to the top side. That's what's happening with GameStop. And you look at the trends, and if you know how to read charts, if you understand them, we've been doing it for so many years. Looking at this, I mean, we looked at this chart every day for years. So I know you guys are probably like baffled. You guys like the ones who just got here. Like, what were you guys doing back then? We were talking about not Pokemon, none of that. We were just talking, man. Anything that could happen. Like I saw this basketball game. I saw a basketball game out there. It was a one-on-one basketball game. Michael Beasley versus Lance Stevenson. Michael Beasley went out there and said, "I'll bet my house. I'll bet my cars. I'll bet my kids' commission or tuition. I'll bet my 401k." He said, "I'll bet everything that no one's going to beat me one-on-one." And he's absolutely correct, because the only dude who's going to beat him one-on-one is dead. That's Kobe Bryant. Michael Beasley was an animal in college. He was a very good player in the NBA, and he's different. And he talks that shit. He said, I will take a loan out to beat you and cash out. He beat Lance Stevenson yesterday for $100,000 one-on-one. What a hell of a game it was. I actually watched the highlights on that one. That's what I need to be seeing, okay? We're talking about 5 dudes in a sauna in KC and all kinds of nonsense. Oh, yeah. Those 5 dudes with the junk in the camera, I couldn't with them back in the day, bros. The other thing I want to talk about was a travesty that's happening right now. It's a very sad moment, and I want to take this conversation to be very serious right now. Growing up, I was a big basketball fan. I loved the Los Angeles Lakers, and the fact that the Lakers were gifted a championship because Sacramento Kings had the best team. Sacramento Kings had Michael Bibby, they had Doug Christie, they had Chris Webber, they had ballers, Brad Smith, and they were just absolute monsters, and they should have beat the Lakers, and the Lakers got gifted a game 7. Even though Robert Horry hit the shot, it was a whole another world. But the most sad part of this whole thing is Doug Christie. Doug Christie was an amazing defender, great player, great teammate. And I'm sad to say that Doug Christie's daughter is not his. I'm sorry, Doug. The blood test, and it says you are not the father. Chris Webber is the father. This is the most trifling, craziest shit I've ever heard in my life. Chris Webber sleeping with his teammate's wife, got her pregnant, had a baby. Damn right they didn't deserve to win that championship. I'm happy with it. What a snake. What a punk. I'm pissed off Derek Fisher was even on the Lakers. I don't like Derek Fisher either, bros. I think that's snaky, bro. Ugh. You guys got to go read the headlines. It's all over the news right now. Team 51 pays attention to everything. Hope you guys like the weekend stream. I'm just out here killing it. And don't worry, the new Pokemon video is coming. It's going to be up real soon. You guys are going to love it. I go crazy about a card I hit that I didn't even know was not as valuable as I thought it was. Yeah? What was the only time you've been wrong in life, Marantz? When I thought I was. GameStop. Can't stop, won't stop. GameStop. Hey, I was American when I walked into the bathroom. I was American when I walked out of the bathroom. What was I when I was inside? I was European. I got dad jokes.